Good morning everyone. It is a Monday morning and it is card making day. How was your weekend? A few of you saw that I had a little bit of a play with a salt technique, so I've got to make some cards with what I came up with afterwards. It turned out pretty good. So, and I know that some of you actually had a play yourself, so that's really exciting. Good morning, Kerry. So today we are going to be doing the Signs of Santa card that I had the other day, which is this one. Now I did do two, so there was a little bit of, excuse me while I reach across, there was a little bit of chitter chatter over whether straight or crooked was the preferred. I actually was making it this way. I saw a card on Pinterest and I loved the layout. It was complete. It was not a Christmas card, it was a floral card, but I changed it into a Christmas card and sort of changed the layout a little bit to suit me. But when I had them, all the pieces lying together on my table while I was waiting for the second one, it was sort of looked like that, and I was like, oh, that doesn't actually look too bad. So straight or crooked is, I tell you, when I was making the crooked one, I did feel very, very weird making the crooked because it's, you know, not straight. So personal preference. Hello everyone coming in. Hello. Now I have to say I am expecting like 3 parcels to turn up today, and I'm just so hoping that none of them are going to turn up while I'm doing the live. Just my luck, they will. So if I have to race off, I've got my keys handy to open the door, so I'm hoping they don't turn up in the next half hour, but you never know. So let me get myself set up on my iPad and we'll swing around and we will start making our card. So the crooked one, I know, it's when I was making it, it made me feel crooked, but just let me swing the camera around. So I'll just pop my finger over there and that's the ceiling. So I have to do that. There we go. And I'll just get myself set up here so I can see me. Oh, there I am, pulling funny faces on my screen. Okie dokie. So the first thing that we need to do is, get myself all settled. Good morning everyone coming in. Okay, so I have got all my bits and pieces, but first I need a piece of Whisper White cardstock and my Santa from the Signs of Santa. So we're going to be colouring him in with the Stampin' blends because they are very quick and easy. For this image, they're very quick and easy. So when we're using alcohol markers, we need to use Memento ink because the Memento ink is water-based and alcohol and water. So no alcohol and water, they have to be opposites. So that's my little rule. Thank you, Margaret, for sharing. I think you share nearly every week, don't you? So very much appreciated. Thank you. Okay, let's get that inked up. And hopefully it'll stamp nicely. There we go. Ta-da. Oh, I've forgotten something too, but you guys won't mind if I jump up and grab it a bit later. I can find it. That's another interesting little... Anyway, I'll clean that up a little bit. Oh, pinch my finger. I'll clean that up a little bit better later on. Okay, so the colours that I'm using for... I'm just going to zoom in. The colours that I am using are Poppy Parade, light and dark, Ivory and Calypso Coral Light, Smoky Slate, and the Colour Lifter. So I'm going to start with my dark, and I am going to use the bold. You know what I need to do? I need to put my glasses on. I need to calm down. I have to put my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And oh, thank you for sharing. Okay, that's a little bit better. I swear I need new glasses. Okay, so using the dark, and I'm just going to use, oops, out the line. I'm just going to put a little bit of colour down, a little bit here. Don't forget his other arm, it is a tiny little piece. And then a little bit around. There's not a lot of colouring to do. It's pretty quick and easy. Okay, and then just coming in with my light, I'm going to go over the top and just colour in the rest. So I'm not doing anything special here with the colouring. So, because we just want to keep it nice and quick and easy. You probably could use the thick. Probably could use it. Oh, thank you for sharing. Oh, I don't know what that was. Something down by my feet just. I started cleaning up my room on the weekend. I went through, can you believe I had not gone through my filing cabinet of cardstock and changed all my colours out. So that was my task over the weekend, to try and clear out some of the boxes and stuff that I have. Okay, I think that's all the red bits. Okay, next I'm going to do the ivory, and I'm going to do his little ears, don't forget them, and his face. So I've got a whole stack of, I'm just going to do a little bit of shading under there, just come back in darker. I've got a whole stack of scrap card now, so I'm thinking I might just take it to the school and see if their kindergarten would like it. Okay, so a little bit of rosy cheeks. Now this is where the fun part comes in, because we've got white, but we actually want a little bit of, you know, something in the white just to lift it a little bit. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of grey there and a little bit along there, and a little bit on his beard, under his moustache, and down the side just a smidge, and then I did a little bit on there. So the ivory is for the skin tone. Yep, that's pretty much what I use. I have used craft before, but I think it's a little bit browner than, like, the ivory is a pink tone rather than being a brown tone. Okay, so I've just gone around that a little bit with the smoky slate light, and then I will come in with my colour lifter and just go straight over the top. And of course that will just take that off, just not to make it as harsh. So just go over the top. Hi Leanne. Now for my customers who ordered last month, they will actually be getting a card kit in the mail to create the card that I'm making today. So you see how that colour lifter's just taken out, I'll bring it up to the camera, see how it's just taken out the colour and just left that tiny little bit of a shadow on there. So that's how quick the colouring is, super quick. Now all my, where have I put, I'm going to put these back with all the other stuff. Okay, so now I need to bring in my dies, and I will be cutting them out here. So I need to grab my Big Shot. I always find the Big Shot Orkies in screen because it's so big. Let me just pull back a little bit. Okay, my plates are dreadful. I seriously need to get some new plates. I can't even see through them anymore. Now to set this up, I have got a little bit of, you can use the magnetic plate if you like, but my all my stuff is, my plates are so buckled and bent, they don't tend to work so much anymore. So I'm just going to use a bit of post-it note over the top and roll that through. Hopefully we don't get the shakes going on. Ooh, I'm going slowly because I know that I'm going to get wobbles. Okay. And now the rest of the card is super simple to put through. So you could actually do this. If you spent the prep time, whoops, I'm a little bit crooked. If you spent a bit of prep time, you could get, like, make quite a few of these. Now, I did forget I wanted an embossing folder, so bear with me while I just race off and find it. I shall be 2 seconds. Put that away. Sorry. Oh, treading on stuff. Found it. Gosh, my box of roses. Stepped on it. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Softly Falling Textured Embossing Folder because I haven't got any more of my red dotty cardstock left. So I'm going to use this instead. So I'm gonna, and I want, because I've only got a small piece of cardstock here, I sort of want a few more dots going on. So I'm going to put it up that end, make it fairly straight. I've taken out the, no sound today? I think there's sound. You might have to go back out and come back in again. Don't squash Santa. Oops, 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 oops. Yeah, so perhaps if you, oh, do you know what? Maybe if I turn it around this way. There we go. Oh, I've got stuff. I did clean up some of my floor yesterday, but I'm tripping over stuff. It's probably because I didn't get myself prepared as much as I wanted to. So I'm going to use this instead of the spots, but I think it'll look okay still. Okay, let me clear all this stuff out of my way and I will pack it up later. Promise myself. Pack it up later. Okay. Rightio. There we go. Okay. Now it's just a matter of putting our card together. It's a super simple card. It's just got lots of layers and lots of bits and pieces. I have cut a few things out early yesterday, but I didn't cut it all out. So I'm using Whisper White Thick as a card base. Okay, I will just fold that. Let me zoom in again. There we go. Now, I have got, so Whisper White Thick, Bermuda Bay, and then a piece of Whisper White, and then we're going to have our Spotty Dotty embossed, a piece of Coastal Cabana, a piece of the flocked designer series paper from the matching suite, a circle, my Santa, and then a couple of the starry snowflakey type things that I'm going to put around there. So it's a fairly simple card to put together. There's not a lot to it. If one had some adhesive, it would be even better. So not organized. So not organized. Okay, so very quickly. Doesn't take long, and this, you know, and when I'd finished putting it together, I was like, I have no embellishments. on my card whatsoever, which is really, really unusual for me. So if you spent a little bit of time cutting, well, I cut quite a few kits out yesterday, and it didn't take me very long at all to do the prep work. So if you had, you know, spent a little bit of time, you could probably mass produce these. I wouldn't do like 50, oh sorry, my head's in the way. I wouldn't do like 50 of them, but you could certainly do 10 or so. All right, Coastal Cabana goes down next. And, oh, I've got lots of hearts and likes. Okay, so we're going to pop this. Please go straight. Is that straight? I think so. Okay, the next bit is our piece of beautiful flopped. Oh, seriously, I could use, like I could just have a whole pack of this stuff. It's gorgeous. And we're going to just pop that down. Whoops, I'm just going to stick to my finger. Oh, I think I've done this a little bit differently to my first card, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. Okay, now my circle, which I have cut out using the Stitched Shapes framelets. I'm going to just adhere this down with some dimensionals. And thankfully there's no doorbell gone yet. That's probably why I'm rushing a little bit as well, because I know that like tracking says that they're out for delivery, and it would be just my luck that they turn up while I was going to go live. And I was even thinking about postponing my live, but no. Yes, oh, definitely prep is the key for mass producing. Even when you've got, I mean, I always sort of think, oh, you know, mass producing when you've got loads of layers is a pain in the neck, but it's not too bad. And I'll stick you over there. So, and there's no sentiment on the front of my card either, which is very unusual for me. I couldn't actually fit a sentiment on my card. So, and I thought, oh, you know, I suppose they don't always have to have a sentiment on the front, do they? Okay, so we pop him on. Okay, and then I'm going to pop this whole panel up. I'm sure I've got more bits around the place. Use up all your dimensional here. Don't waste the bits on the side, they're sticky too. Whoops. I need another piece. Here we go. I'll use up the sides of these ones. Oh, I will. There we go. Big chunk. Hi everyone who are still coming in. Okay, so we're almost getting to the point where we've finished our card. So it's very quick and easy. And that will go on the front. Excuse me if my head gets in the way. Okay, and then lastly, I've cut out a few of these because there's actually, now I put it away, there's actually a few extras in here. Yeah, card making is like cooking. And it's funny because, you know, when you're quilting, quilters always say, oh, you know, I'm cutting up bits of fabric to put them back together again. And I guess card stock card making is similar, isn't it? You're cutting up card and putting it back together again. So with this die set, not only does it have all the matching dies for these guys, there's also a couple of extras that aren't in, there's no stamps for, which is these. They're not, well, they're sort of like snowflakes, but they're a little bit of a harsh snowflake. And there's also a little tag, oh, I could have done that, a little tag die. Anyway, so there's a few little extras So that's where they have come from, and I'm just going to adhere these guys down. So everyone needs to go back and sandbox in the Stampin' Up! Product stuff that we want a two-way glue pen back. I went and sandboxed it the other day, so go and do that. Because honestly, I like these glues. Alright, and one over here. The little lumps and bumps make it a little bit tricky, but alright, which is the right way. And I'll pop this one over here. I did make it slightly different. My these two panels here are a little bit, oops, now we're going to have issues sticking to the, let me slide that to where there's no fluff. Alright, let that stick down. Okay, then what I did, because I thought, because I haven't got any embellishments going on, I grabbed my Wink of Stella and I have painted his, oh, I might need a new one. Do you know what? It's all good because I still have to try that alcohol, putting a little bit of alcohol in there. Now, if you don't have a Wink of Stella, and you are getting one for the first time, and if you don't have a Wink of Stella, you really need one, especially around this time of the year. You need to take out that black ring and then screw it back together. Take your lid off. Oh, look at that. How pretty is that? It's all nice and new, and there's no ink in the barrel. So watch this. When you squeeze, see all that ink flood down? Oop! Didn't counter that, did I? Not good. At least it landed on my finger and not on my, oh, I'm all sparkly now. I should paint it on my face. At least it landed on my hand and not on my work. Okay, so I might actually have to do it into a tissue just to get it flowing. There we go. Okay, so then I did my, hey, no, don't tell me this is gold. Oh, what have I got? Wink of Stella, how can you tell whether you've got gold or whether you've got silver? That's not good. There's nothing written on the packaging. Or is it just because it's new? Ooh. Is it gold or is it silver? How can you tell? Is there anybody watching? I think it's silver. Like clear, not, anyway. Pooey. Now he's got a big dirty mark on his. Gold one has a sticker on the end. Okay, well it doesn't have a sticker. This, oh, they've got different numbers though. C16 and E17. I don't know whether that means anything. But, oh. Oh dear. GL Clear. GL Clear. Okay, maybe it's just because it's new. Oh man. Maybe it'll dry. Maybe it'll dry a little bit nicer. So anyway, so then I put some sparkle down on these little things. Oh, look. Look at it. I think it may be because it was new. Oh dear. Dearie me. He looks like maybe he's been down the what's it called? The chimney. Maybe he's got a bit of soot on him. Oh dear. Anyway, look, and I'm all nice and I'm all sparkly. I think so. Hopefully hopefully it'll dry a little bit nicer, otherwise he's oh, and I've got it all over my white as well. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. Anyway, I will gently bring in my other ones that don't have so much going on, and my crooked one. I'll put my crooked one in the middle. So there was a lot of comments over whether you should have crooked or straight. I will oops, come out. So there we have it. So if you were one of my customers last month, you will be getting a card kit. I actually quite like the bold now, seeing them all together. You will be getting a card kit in the mail for this one. They are all ready to go in the post. So, oh yeah, I could try and colour him in again. We'll see. I'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm sure that whoever receives it won't be looking too hard at it. So well, hopefully they won't be looking too hard. So so yeah. So if you're ordered from me last month, you will be getting this in the mail. I'm popping them in today. So which is why you have the instructions here. And also, if you are one of my customers and you don't have the Santa, feel free to pop any image there. He doesn't have to be Santa. He can be a bauble or a tree or anything else. And even if you didn't have anything that you liked to go on it, what you could do is just put a sentiment on the circle and be done with that. It could be finished. Ah, cotton wool on the hat. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I could do that. If it doesn't settle down, that's exactly what I could do. And a little bit on the pom-pom. That's a great idea. I might have to try that. Cool. Thank you very much for that tip. Okay, so there we have it. Good-o, nobody rang the doorbell while we were here. Now I have got some creating to do. This is what I tried yesterday, the salt technique, and I've got little crystals of salt all down the bottom here as well. Not so much at the top, but all down the bottom here. So I have yet to go. Oh, embossing paste. Oh, that's another good idea. Oh, I love it. So I have got to go and find an idea to, I've got 2 of these to play with as well. So if you missed out on how I did that, there is a video. If you go to my page, the actual page, you can see the video of the salt technique. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna say goodbye and enjoy your week. Actually, I might come back during the week sometime if I get a chance, probably. If it's going to be any day, it'll be Thursday, I'd say. And I might see whether I can create something with those in a live. Cool. Okay. I shall see you later. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for sharing, everybody. That's really appreciated. So we will see you later. Bye.